I'm not going to get over this. Could you turn that one on? Oh. What is up, G Spotters? We go again Saturday night live on YouTube. We are Courtney G Spot live. We're having, again, lighting issues. It's just, I can't see my face. It looks like I'm being interrogated from the other side. Here we are, live Saturday night, doing our thing, just chilling out, coming to you, bringing the positive for the evening, trying to bring the rest of the nonsense together and balance it out, bringing us to the positive, the yin of the whole thing, the yin and the yang. We know there's nobody out there right now. We know the YouTube personality is hiding in the woodwork out there. Here we go, popping you on. There you are. And guess what, guys? We've got internet. Woo! So we should have no cuts tonight. We're running off high-speed fiber optics. We can do the chat. We got music. We got everybody going on. What's up, Tyler? There you are.
Tyler
starting
in the house. What's
in the beginning. DC in the background.
What's up, guys? Good evening. Welcome here to another Saturday night of Courtney G Spot. Hanging out, chilling again, trying to get to the yin of the yang part of the circle. And like he said, does he have dope internet? If you guys don't know anything about AT&T fiber optic internet, we are talking 200 plus consistent megabytes per second.
Hey, Gina, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining in the beginning of the night. I'm glad you jumped in. Yeah, we are running off AT&T. Shout out to AT&T because they buried these new fiber optic cables like months ago, and I've been dying to get on there. Finally did, so we're running higher speeds, upgrading our life. Welcome to the show in full speed. We got a guest tonight dropping in from the top. This is not a cat video, by the way. We're not going to shout out cats. Ow! But he is here, always doing stuff underneath our feet, usually grabbing our toes, grabbing our ankles.
Yeah, if you ever hear or see him freak out, like that's what's going on. There is a cat in the room.
He is running around and grabbing people. But thank you guys for clicking on us. If you do this later on, thank you for being here live. Gina and Tyler and our YouTube monitor personality, thank you for being here. We enjoy you watching, even though you're forced to yet again.
Our goal is still to get you to like drop a period in the chat, my friend. Like, yeah. It's something.
How can we communicate? We're trying to figure out, Tyler, Gina, we're trying to figure out how to get to the fourth wall of because there's one of these people viewing right now is somebody in YouTube to make sure we don't say anything overly offensive so they can cut the line. So if I start like chanting about racism or murdering people or whatever the crap, they go like, kick this guy out real quick.
Yeah, we might want to shut this down.
Pull this plug.
Something crazy. Like we're not highly sure if that happens actually, but we always know there's that one person, no matter what. Well, when we first started and we had no viewers, there was still that one person. They never said anything.
That's what we're putting the math on. That's
sure they could just be there and be super shy and not want to say anything.
But we always have one over the chat. There's always one over the chat. So
and I know it can't be my super awesome girlfriend, even though she's super awesome and tries to watch as much as possible. There was a time that she didn't have data, blah blah, and so I know she wasn't watching, and we still had that one person. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty sure it's a YouTube like moderator type dude.
Yeah, but that makes sense though, because once you're live, things can happen live. Like once you get
really
into the dark part of YouTube, like some of those things, if they were to go live and you mess around, you're going to be cut really quick. You shouldn't be doing those kind of things, especially on YouTube. But I guess the internet is full of weirdos and freaks, aren't we all? Right? But thanks again for clicking. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about the show. We're building a community here where y'all can come and vent. Y'all can tell us your stories because we can relate. We have problems and issues in life. Again, we cheer on internet. If you haven't caught on to the past 12 episodes or so, we have been running off hotspot off a cell phone. So we are now upgrading. So it's exciting for people like us to step up in the world. So we just got off YouTube a minute ago watching people changing colors on their Lamborghinis, future cars and shit. And here we are getting excited about our internet.
Right. Like, I mean, and that's like, again, part of what he was talking about is we want to create a community of people, you can come hang out, feel free to be you. Talk about your day. Talk about your life. Mm-hmm. You don't always, have to tell us your name. Like some people, your YouTube tag is your actual name.
But
there's others, if you feel like coming in here and
under a different name or
even
something.
If you're watching later when we're not live, feel free to leave us a small story in the comments. Maybe this one time you saved a dog from a burning house, or you made this person's day by
you stopped a baby from shooting up a bank or something like that. Tell us these stories.
Yeah, like crazy stuff. You ever seen like a moose rescue a goat? Like
mouth to mouth. Yeah, like just blowing into. No, tell us these kind of things.
Yeah,
we want to. We are on our YouTube channel a lot, trying to figure out the analytics, trying to figure out how to make this work. We want to get everybody involved in our community and talk to us. We like to talk. We talk a lot, and sometimes things come out during conversation that are pretty interesting. We have ideas and concepts that we write up on the board. I have folders. I put them over here. I put my folders of information that I write stuff down on these things. Like one of these is for inventions. One of them is for my television show and some movies. One of them is for app ideas. And one of them is for this one. I think it was more of a miscellaneous, like our skits, like the pillow fight and the things like that. But that's a miscellaneous. Oh, that has a movie in it. Hold on. Yeah, there's a movie right there. Yeah. So these are things that I want to do with the world. I forget sometimes what I write down, but eventually, if this community can be built big enough, YouTube obviously monetizes. Everybody knows that. We don't want to take money from you people. We want to take money from our use of our entertainment value and build from there, and perhaps get onto these, like these top floor YouTube personalities. And truthfully, I'd like to be on the radio. Really, I'd like to be on a podcast, XM radio kind of style. I really love that, talking to people. I making phone calls. That's really why I want to get the number going. We have this phone I got a while back on a clearance thing. I got two of them and only one of them worked well, so I had to take the other one back. But we're going to get a number, and we're going to get so you guys can call in and talk to us and tell us your stories. There's more anonymity right there.
Yeah. And as much as we say we don't want to take your money, what we mean is we don't want to take your money for our own personal gain. Eventually, what we would like to do with this community of people is start like a low-key charity type deal where, we can do Mr. Beast type stuff. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, he's another YouTuber. And he's done a lot of things where, he goes around and pays people rent. One time he bought a small car dealership and gave away all the cars on the lot. For free.
Amazing.
And most recently, he ordered a pizza and tipped the driver the house that he showed up to. So, we want to do stuff like that. But we don't want to, as much as amazing as that would be for us to be successful enough in our lives to just be like, oh, cool, yeah, we've got millions of dollars. What do we want to do? Let's give back to people. We don't have that personal ability. Not yet, at least. Hopefully, we can grow this into something amazing.
I mean, I did accidentally give a homeless man, a supposed homeless man, $5 the other day. I thought I was giving him $2. I think I gave him $6. But it's fine. He probably needs it.
If you're a new viewer and you're just catching up on this video, go back. I think it's like 3 or 4 videos where we talked about how we want to interview homeless people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because there is so many out there nowadays, especially in our particular city that we live in.
I know they're in big cities and they're bigger communities. Yes, more recently in the town and city we live in.
They actually, it wasn't legal at first, and then they went to just being like, whatever.
Screw and let it go.
So now there's like 2 or 3 people on every corner of every.
It's like the deer. It's like the deer around here. There's too many of them. We can't shoot them within city limits. So just let them go. Same with the homeless. We can't shoot them within city limits, so just let them go. So here we are. They're on every corner, and that's fine. But some of them I don't think are actually homeless. I just think they're lazy. And that's why we partially want to interview them, because I really would love to help real people.
And it's specifically in our area. If you're local, you'll know who we're talking about. There's this gentleman that runs around literally with a cooler of water.
Yes.
And he does not accept handouts. I tried to give this man money once, and he looked at me like I was insulting his family name. I was like, dude.
He wants to sell his product to you, which is just water.
Yeah, it's just water.
But
I
he
mean,
wants
like,
to
he's
make
out there
his money.
hustling.
Yeah.
I mean, if you catch him at certain really busy intersections, like he is literally jogging up and down, waving his waters in the air with his little dollar a water sign.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you summon him from a far distance, he's going to run over there.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I appreciate that so much. I seen him one day. Yeah, I tried to give him $10. I was like, look, man, I'm not thirsty, but here you go.
Maybe you should just give
And he
him 10
threw
waters.
the waters in my seat, and he said, I don't take handouts in a pissed off voice. And I was like, well, I'm sorry I offended you, but that's cool. That he's not out there just trying to get handouts from people.
Right.
Like
so it's people like that.
He feels like he's legitimately working.
That makes me believe that there's some reason he can't get a job. There's something that he can't do. He's tried. He can't. So he wants to make money. Doesn't want to.
Well, not judging this particular person, but he does look a little more street, so to speak.
Oh, for sure.
And
I've met many of those.
I don't doubt that maybe he's gotten himself into some trouble back when.
Yeah.
And
back in
now,
the day.
if you do certain things, it sticks with you for a long time, and that can really screw your life up. Even if he's legitimately changed. Yeah. Obviously, I can't even hand the man $10 and just say, hey, man, you're cool, take it. He gets offended. So
he wants to earn his keep.
He wants to earn it. So that's cool. And
so shout out to the real hustlers out there. If I could pull my tongue out of my teeth.
And even this other lady, I mean, you can tell she probably sells these bracelets on the corner. You see the lady that sells the bracelets.
The crackhead?
Yeah, she probably sells the bracelets and takes the money and goes and buys her fun for the night.
When you are visibly a crackhead, it is difficult to sell your goods and wares to people. That is like
they're nice bracelets for the record. Like,
have you seen them up close? I have not seen them up close.
I haven't seen them up close, but I mean they look legit from like 20 yards.
You think she sits in her van and makes them?
Yeah. What do you think she does after she does her fun stuff?
Crack.
Look, man, we're trying to get monetized.
You can say crack.
I don't know.
Can you say crack?
I don't know.
They could say crack.
I mean,
on PG movies.
Do they?
But what kind of crack? Because I am a crack filler. My job is that is what my job is. I fill crack. Cracks, plural. That's a real life thing. That's in my job description. If you don't know what my job is,
I told legit your job description?
Part of it, yeah. Because
crack filling?
Yeah. Because it's the thing. Remember the whole thing I was describing where you gotta
scrape the crack.
I gotta scrape the crack.
You gotta fill the crack.
Clean the crack. Remove the debris from the crack. And then fill it back up with my black goo. Which hardens and fills that crack all the way. I mean, it fills it all the way up. It's really deep in there. I mean, you can get pretty deep because some of those things when you're cleaning out the crack, there's a lot of debris. So
the co-host can't handle it anymore.
All right, remember people, keep your cracks clean.
Make his job easier when he shows up to fill it.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, you guys, help us with our topics. We're just talking about crack. We were talking about helping the homeless.
Then we're talking about crack.
Yeah, and then that lady, she's a crack.
Oh, the lady.
I'm just.
Watch yesterday's show. You'll understand.
Oh, the lady. That lady. Yeah.
You were talking about a different lady?
Well, I was talking about the crack lady, but yes, that lady.
That lady.
Go back and watch last night's show.
Watch last night's show.
You'll understand. Episode 17. But yeah, so homeless people, holidays, hooray. It never feels like the holidays around here because there's no snow. I don't understand why we don't have a white Christmas anymore.
I moved here from California like 10 years ago, and I tell you what, I moved in the middle of an ice storm, and it was like July when I moved here, and then 3-4 months later, there's an ice storm, and everything shut down for like 30 days. I was like,
welcome to Arkansas.
Yeah, is this what happens?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to live here anymore.
We don't have a white Christmas. We have a white Easter. That's what it is.
Happened. It's switched to Easter. Now you get snow when the bunny's coming.
Did I ever tell you my theory on this? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just it's not aliens. It could be aliens. I don't know. But what was it? 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago now when there was this giant tsunami earthquake over in the Indian Ocean on the other side of the planet. And I heard a news story about how that actually knocked the Earth, literally knocked the planet 3 degrees off its axis, which on something of this massive scale would shift its natural weather patterns. And maybe, just a theory, maybe that's what pushed the seasons up a little bit sporadically over the years. That has just moved things. It's a whole 3 degrees for a whole planet. That's big.
Yeah, considering how big the circumference of the Earth is, 3 degrees is quite a bit over the years.
So if you move that much of the planet down 3 degrees, whatever, that has moved the seasons. That's why it gets so freaking hot anymore.
I think it just gets hot here. I'm not highly sure global warming has anything to do with that. Pretty sure this summer has probably been the coolest summer we've had so far. Again, being from California, I'm used to like somewhere in the solid 60 to 80 degree range. Maybe on a really good summer, you might hit 90, but then you still got that nice ocean breeze.
Yeah.
Out here, it's just humidity.
Yeah. There's no breeze.
Oh, man. I got off the bus in freaking Kansas or something like that, and I almost died. I was like, how do you guys even breathe out here? What is this?
Yeah, we use oxygen masks. And
I was like, am I missing something? You guys walk around with respirators or something?
Right, it's hard.
People are just
so nobody exercises around here because you take 3 steps and you
right? There's no oxygen. We're not even up in the atmosphere or anything. It's crazy. Humidity sucks.
That's what working outside is always fun. Remember when we were working?
Yeah, I was gonna say when we worked outside. We went up to Ohio to work, and we got in super late the night before the first day we were supposed to work, and we didn't go to sleep like responsible adults, and we didn't eat anything really.
No, because we
get up the next day and it's like 99 degrees, and then
the humidity is through the roof.
Oh man, we almost literally all of us, a 4-man crew, pretty much almost passed out by the end of the day.
I was having like shakes. And
I had to tell this man to sit down.
It was bad. I wanted to finish the shed. Go to bed.
I was gonna say he's such a hard worker. He doesn't want to give up. And I was like, dude, sit down.
Oh, it was bad.
You look awful.
I look like
you need to drink some water and take a break.
Go sit in the pool. But it'll get you. It'll get you.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. Hey, give it up to the people that work outside.
Yeah,
that's the real construction workers, all you people, roofers, all that.
Did I tell you another show idea I had? No. It was called I hate saying stuff. Again,
just give us a show idea.
It's called the Average Joe Olympics. You literally set up events. Who can roof the fastest? Who can drive nails the fastest? Who can operate this forklift the fastest? Who you set it up, but you set it up in Olympic style, awesome Hollywood, whatever style. But you have these actual average Joe people that are just really, really good at their job. These guys you see all over YouTube that do these amazing jobs at roofing.
You're watching the roofers that sound like they're shooting freaking M249s.
Yeah, and you have them compete against other guys, obviously, that are good in their field for the best average Joe.
But I don't know. I don't know if that name works because
we don't have to do the name, but I mean, you get the idea.
I mean, yeah, you definitely get the idea. We'll have to work on the title there, I think.
For sure.
I feel like
the average Pro Olympics.
Joe would think that
the average Pro Olympics.
The average Pro Olympics. There you go. I like it.
It boosts you up because if we're the 1% or the 99%ers, but we're considered average, but we're the best. These are the best of what they do.
Right.
Boom. $1 million right there. Called it right now.
Is it just like construction workers or stuff like that?
No, for anything. A cake maker or.
I was gonna say because I can make a fast pizza.
Fast pizza makers.
Hey, there's actually if you don't know anything about this, and I'm sure if you've never worked in the pizza industry, you probably have no clue this even exists. But there are legit pizza conventions, just like freaking SEMA and stuff like that. And there's a part where they compete to make the fastest pizzas. And I'm pretty sure you got to make like a pepperoni and a sausage and a cheese, I think.
Who can knit a sock the fastest? I don't know. I mean, I know that was a little.
Hey, I want to see high-speed crochet.
Yeah, no, just the average Pro Olympic, like anything like that, anything.
We'll get some ladies together and just like, nah, I'm the fastest knitter in the
world.
Right,
that'd be amazing.
I wonder if that's a thing. Let's look.
Or dudes that can knit. We don't have to shout out just the ladies.
Yeah, sorry to be.
Yeah, we don't want to make the dudes feel inadequate in their field. of knitting? Or what else can people do? Average people. See, we're not average. There's so many amazing people out there that do amazing things that nobody knows about it. Which that's what I do enjoy about.
Again, if you know somebody that does something super awesome, leave it in the comments and we can talk about it, get them on the show or something like that.
Yeah, we'll shout out links to their videos. We'll shout out links to their channel if you know something good. If you guys got topics, Tyler, Gina, y'all quiet. I know you just kind of listen to us. Gina, are you the young lady with the internet issues? I do believe that's. Are we having internet issues because someone keeps popping in and out? I can see it right. Not us. I know we're not because we're on that high speed.
For sure. But anyways, so apparently,
Tyler. That's Gina. Thank you, Tyler.
I don't know anything about knitting, but this lady, Miriam Tegels.
Of course, her name is Miriam. Is she 75 years old?
Hey, hold on, I gave her name out, bro, but you can find it on Google.
Miriam what?
Miriam Tegels, the world's fastest knitter, can stitch 118 stitches in 1 minute. That's almost 2 stitches a second. I don't know anything about knitting, but that sounds pretty fast to me.
So you bring her on the show, and people have to compete
do faster than that.
To try, and you just try to beat that person to get to the top of your field. That'd be good, man. See,
climb the knitting ladder.
Yes, it's not, but yes.
I'm checking out this video right here of the fastest knitter in North America.
The fastest filleter, or like that. What was that video we just saw a minute ago with that dude that filleted that fish from the inside out?
Oh man, yeah.
He like stuck a knife into
stuck the knife in there, like, wiggled around a little bit, and then squeezed it like an otter pop,
and popped right out.
The skin came right off. Everything was out.
It was fantastic.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take people like that and put them on a game show. Show off the real, and then you just do a season after season because there's going to be people out there that come out of the woodworks after seeing the first season and the second season. That'd be great. Yeah, we could be hosted by Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, man.
I'd love to host it because it's my freaking idea. I just hope nobody steals it. I have so many ideas. Y'all want more? I got more. I promise you.
One day we'll take off and you guys can see it all. When we start upping our production here in the next 3 to 4 months, 2020 productions are looking really good for us. We were talking about investing last night. We can go on a little more about that.
Investing.
Yeah, we're definitely looking more into this investing thing. My friend here has been into the cryptocurrencies for a long time. He can tell you all about how that stuff works.
And these stocks, he keeps finding these companies, and we keep. What was the one we were just looking at earlier? This skin company. They're creating skins for your car.
Ceramic Pro, which is actually under some other company that I can't remember.
But we're trying to find these up-and-coming companies that can potentially help make us money, and our community too. If you people would like to get into this kind of stuff, we don't know a lot. We know a little bit, and we're learning from people we talk to and information that we find on YouTube. So as we can learn together on everything, anything and everything. If you guys want to talk about stuff, bring it. We would love to. We are people ask what the show is about.
It's really about you guys. Yeah. That was ultimately the goal, was to start a talk show where you guys are the topic.
The center of
that's what's
the
going on. And yeah, we're going to get the phone going so you guys can call in, tell us your stories, tell us your ideas, tell us about this time your family member went crazy, tell us about your crazy ex-girlfriend, send us something she might have. That's another thing. Go back 6, 7.
Tyler, you know all about this. We talked about this episodes back, where we will, as long as it's not a memorial,
legally abandoned and not a family heirloom of any kind,
we will
do whatever you want us to do.
We'll set on fire. I've actually got a buddy who said we could use this land to shoot things if we wanted to. You got a lamp, you got a pair of shoes, you got a shirt, a jacket, you got some sort of I don't know, something you bought on your first date that now he broke your heart and left you at the altar, or some crap like that. We will destroy it for you live.
In whatever fashion you want.
And shout out for you.
Crazy, you want us to drop it out of a helicopter from 2,000 feet. What are you looking at me like that?
We don't have a helicopter.
We can get one.
We can get a helicopter?
Yeah.
We'll find a helicopter. We'll get a helicopter. We'll fly that helicopter and drop that crap onto the road.
There's helicopter rides all over the place. I'm sure.
You think they just throw it out the window, just pay the $25 right in? Oh, I dropped my lamp.
What is that, sir?
Why are you carrying a lamp up here? Don't worry about it.
Very special to me.
Why are you filming?
Does this window open?
Yeah. Does this window open?
I'm sure it would not be hard to convince somebody. I mean, if somebody's on the ground filming, all you got to do is get them to hover up a couple thousand feet.
I know that guy that flies the helicopter. I might still have his phone number. I wonder if he'd let me do that and put it on YouTube.
Look, man, see, we were getting...
I know a guy, he's in my phone, and he has a helicopter. In fact, I texted him, it was a couple years back when I met him, but I texted him apparently one day while he was flying, because I saw him flying. And I texted him, I said, hey, I saw you flying your helicopter, which is weird, because why would I know somebody with a helicopter? And like an hour later, he's like, yeah, I was practicing going up and coming down and cutting the engine, and they have to do this thing to train where they have to go up and cut the engine and turn it back on before you hit the ground and all this crap.
That's a training exercise?
That's part of the exercise.
How is there a fail-safe to that? What happens if you don't do it right?
Did you jump? Far out?
I want to know. We're going to look this up.
Have you seen those Grand Theft Auto fails?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so maybe we can convince him to drop something out of a helicopter and film it.
I mean, if he's auto-gyroing.
He seemed pretty cool when I was in his house. I was doing no job. I was helping him move some furniture, and on a side thing, I met him at a job, and I moved some furniture for him, and he paid me well. And I saw his giant house on the lake with his giant.
Is it bigger than your mansion?
Way bigger than my mansion.
Not.
Engine stalling. The controls work without power to the motor. Tyler knows what I'm talking about. I don't fully know what I'm talking about.
I knew that they
hashtag helicopter life.
Like do that as part of their thing, but again, I just now thought of that. Like, how do you fail-safe that?
There's the controls work, but there's no power to the motor.
Yeah. No,
so you get what, flow? But
no, it's called auto something, and it's basically
three different controls on a helicopter.
You adjust the pitch of your blades, and you falling down through the air rushing up through the blades makes them spin like a fan in the wind.
So you just kind of
you still have a
Earth's
little
natural,
and it's almost like gliding, but you can mess up and not glide anymore, and the landing's still rough as shit because you imagine you can. It's not like you're gonna fall.
So he's got to land like that.
In some cases, they do practice that, but it's
slower descent.
Yeah. It's not a common thing because again, you putting it down, it's going to be rough.
Right,
but
for sure.
I think in certain situations where it's necessary that they know how to do that, they set up a scenario where they do it like in the sand or something. But
only if you're upright is what Tyler's saying.
Yeah. So. No, I don't like helicopters too much. I'm not a huge fan of heights, but I have been in an airplane. My uncle owned a little.
Yeah, you should see him on the roof of a shed. It's pretty funny.
Oh man, yeah. Let's not talk about it.
Well, we'll put him in a helicopter and push him out. We get 1,000 subscribers.
Whoa.
We're gonna push Dave out of a helicopter.
I mean,
with a parachute.
I was gonna say I've always wanted to try skydiving, but I don't know how far you want to take that. But yeah, I've always wanted to try skydiving. I don't like heights.
And then we'll drop your lamp and then pull the parachute. We'll skydive with your lamp.
Yeah, we could just like free fall.
Suplex it into the ground.
Yeah, suplex it into the ground.
Like what like the eagles do when they have sex and they like lock talons. No, for real. Like I think it's an eagle. Tyler, you're the one here.
World.
Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong.
What bird flies into the ground?
No. They go up to an extreme height and they lock into each other and they fall and they hold into each other until the male finishes. And if he doesn't finish, they just slam into the ground and die. But
imagine taking too long and you die.
Sorry, I was feeling this today. I was too into you, baby.
You better make sure you were in the mood before you start that.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine?
Can we go a little higher?
I need about 7,000 feet.
Yeah, I don't think this is high enough. Go more to the right. Let's get a little lower elevation. Yeah.
Right. There we go.
Falcon. See? Tyler. Falcon. See? Tyler. I knew Tyler would know.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's some crazy stuff.
Why?
So
Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons, right? They lock into their mates.
They clearly never finish.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But no, since we don't do that as human beings, that's exciting. What were we talking about before that? I don't even remember.
And we've gone all over the place. Homeless, crack, free-falling birds during mating.
Did we say Will Smith? He said Will Smith up here.
Will Smith. No, but we do need to. We talk about Will Smith.
We talked about Will Smith like episode 3.
Yeah, definitely. If we could get anybody on the show to be a guest.
Will Smith and Seth Rogen were the first 2 people we mentioned. I would love to see.
You want Seth Rogen on the show. I appreciate Seth Rogen's work as well. Not as much as this gentleman right here. But I want Will Smith on the show because that was like my girl's first celebrity crush. And she says she doesn't crush on him anymore because he's old, which is messed up.
Yeah, I think he's in probably in better shape now than he ever was.
All right. I was like, he still looks the same. What do you mean?
He looks exactly just thicker.
How does that? What do you?
And he doesn't have that hair anymore.
It's just he's old.
But that shows the shiz
Like he was the same about older when you were younger. Like, what's the difference now? But women.
Tyler, you do know a little bit about a lot of things. Thank you for being educated.
We need to get you on the
appreciate
show,
you.
Tyler. Where you at?
Well, if you don't want to get out of your house, we'll get you a phone number to call. And you can call and talk
live.
live.
Get you Skyped in on the show or something.
We'll put your little face in the corner right here.
Again, we're guys. If you're just catching us here on episode 18,
you should go back and watch the first one.
The first one. Maybe not the first one. Start at number 3.
Start number 3.
First one's a little cringy, but if you want to see our absolute first,
that was me by myself for 2 days.
Yeah,
it was more of like a sad, lonely guy.
We're currently sitting on the edge of the pool at the stairs, watching everybody else in the pool of YouTube do their thing, and kind of figure out where we want to go and what we want to do. But
we just like
we
to
have
talk.
all these ideas. We want to interact with you guys. We obviously got all the notebooks over there. This man's full of ideas. We're going to do other stuff eventually, but right now we're just getting in there.
I really kind of want to do that one movie, the one I told you about, In the Woods, because it should be pretty simple. Just get a couple of characters, maybe 4 or 5 people. I guess I could be one. I'm not an actor. I could try. It's going to be really low budget.
If you want to be in our super low budget YouTube film, email us at CGSpot Entertainment. That's CGSpotENT.com. Or that's our website. What is it?
CNG.
What is the?
It's at Gmail.
At Gmail.
Same thing, but at Gmail.
CGSpotENT@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And send us your scary in the wood audition tapes.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. It's gonna be cheaply made in the spirit of any horror movie in the woods you've ever seen. But it's.
So
I want to say it, but this is obvious. This is definitely one I don't want to say live because I want to do this. I feel like it could be.
Are you talking about that bipedal thing? Yeah. So
The Psycho movie.
Yeah. No more.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to get a lot of places. We want to do a lot of things with you guys. We want to get you guys involved in helping people.
Yeah.
We didn't go fully deep into that when we were talking about we don't want your money. We do want to start like a
I threw up the Bitcoin address. I guess I could do it again tonight. I know this is weird for a lot of people that might be viewing this later on and they don't know about Bitcoin. You should get into this crap. At least read on it. So when the future does happen, even if you're not invested in the future, you're aware of what's coming because things are changing. But right now we are accepting donations in Bitcoin as well, trying to not only bump our production, but we want to help. We joke about the homeless and crap like that, but these are things. Again, watch our episodes. You'll feel and understand where the heart actually is coming from. We really want to bring the world together. I know it seems like everybody tries to do this kind of crap and really tries to say they just want the world to do this thing, but I stand on that. And
we absolutely.
My dad was a hippie. My dad was a kind man. He wanted to help everybody around. Bitcoin address. If you want to send us Bitcoin, we accept it.
I don't know if you guys know who Sia is, but she is a singer, and apparently, to my knowledge, nobody's ever seen her face.
Sia?
Sia, S-I-A.
S-I-A. Okay.
She's a singer.
What's up, CJ? Thanks for joining, buddy. Appreciate you being here.
What's up?
CJ?
Yeah.
Or Sia? S-I-A.
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 Sia, she's a singer. Nobody's ever seen her face. Normally when she performs, she does like a marshmallow type thing with her hair, and you can't see her face. So recently she went into a Walmart. I don't remember where the Walmart was at, but she went in and paid for everybody in the store stuff. Like, we want to get there.
That's
you guys rack up $1 million in donations. We'll go to a local Walmart, walk in on Christmas Day, and buy everybody's stuff.
Done and done.
Right now.
Well,
Send it to the big
Christmas 2020. If we are at that level, we'll do this next year, and we'll put every single person who donates or is involved in this. If we can get enough community, we can, because we shouted out Johnny Dare a few episodes back up in Kansas City. They on the radio they do this thing called Hope for the Holidays, where they do exactly what we're doing. We're not here begging for money. We're here to try to start a movement. Of course, we all need things. We all need bills, so we all need that base amount of income, but that would fund more of these videos and get us more involved and doing more things. It's a process. You don't work out one day and you get your muscles. You work out for months and months and months and months and months, and then you build to that. So we take a little bit and then build to the next level, build to the next level. And if we can do that with this community, like, again, Johnny Dare, Kansas City, Hope for the Holidays, they get tons and tons of money every year. People just call in, one right after another, thousands of dollars, $1,000.
And the people that do call in, because some people do call in and they don't have the ability to donate, that's cool. We understand. We're some of those people. We were sitting there listening to everybody's hundreds of dollars they're donating.
It was upsetting.
Hoping we could pray.
I just wanted to
just like somehow get like thousands of dollars and just call Johnny Dare and be like, we pledged $5,000.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
But we always have to start taking care of ourselves first. I have a child. He has children. We have to start with them. As long as he's eating and I can pay my bills, I'm good. Like, that's all I'm worried about. Maybe upgrade my tiny mansion a little bit. Get a third bedroom. But for real, that's all. I don't need a lot. I just need to be able to make a living off helping. Would be amazing. I have done that. I've helped an old woman in her house. I helped these kids at this place where they were troubled kids that lost their parents. I went to, again, in one of my books. Have I shown you this? My plan. I have physically drawn out my layout for the land and where I want, if I could help and build it like a, I don't want to say farm because that sounds horrible, but what is it, like a camp? Not a camp, but a place for,
just call it a place.
A place for troubled kids that don't have parents to give a crap about them. Because the place I worked just shoved pills down their throat and thought that was the answer. Let's put them on 3 different pills, 1,500 milligrams of lithium on a 15-year-old kid. It just blew my mind. But here we are in a world that thinks that's the answer. So I believe that attention and caring is the answer. So no, not a halfway house. Tyler is actually, I'll shout it out, whatever. Vantage Point. This place is, I don't agree with the way they handle their children. Anyway, so I want to fix that. I want to change the game. And if I can get to that level, we can get to that level. We're doing things behind the scenes. We're not just hoping and praying that this blasts off. That would be amazing, because that's kind of the dream. That's part of why we started this. We wanted to help. We started this to help. Underlined on the board. But we have the investment stuff we always talk about, and the Bitcoin and the stocks, and we're trying to find these things. So we're trying, just like everybody else. CJ, you were at my house today, buddy. We had a conversation about life, and everybody knows the struggles. We are all going through so much crap. You're sitting there and you're crying, or you're upset about this, and nobody likes you this, and everybody hates this, and nothing's going to work out me for this. and then you go through it, and then things seem to work out sometimes. And it's all that worry that really sucks, and that's part of my problem. I worry too much.
Absolutely.
Sometimes too much. I don't need to if I could just stay focused at the moment and just prepare for tomorrow. I always said that too. Live for today, but prepare for tomorrow, because tomorrow's coming. So trying to get over that worry is a tough thing to do sometimes, especially when you got people relying on you. That is the worst feeling, when you have someone that relies on you, and you feel like you're not doing right. We get it. I promise you, we get it.
And honestly, sometimes like the people that are worried about doing the best, like, are honestly doing so good. I won't say her name, but shout out to my friend back in California. Became a single mom. I'm pretty sure she's with somebody now, but that's not the point. Anyways, broke up with her baby daddy, and baby daddy was a piece of shit. So he didn't make anything easy, and she went through a bunch of shit. And
See, that's part of the problem.
She was definitely breaking down.
Dudes that are just crap.
I had to tell her one day, I was like, girl, I was like, you are really doing it. Because she's one of those people, and I'm not hating on them, but, you know, she's not afraid to tell her feelings on Facebook, which I think is kind of cool in some situations, like the fact that you're solidified enough with yourself to put your woes out there, personal ones, you know, things you're just constantly worrying about.
I don't do that.
But I was like,
whatever, teach their own. Everybody does their own thing. You do what you need to do. If that is your venting source, that helps. So I mean, it's either that or what, sit in your own by yourself and deal with it. And some people need that venting source. So I completely get that, and I'm sure that helps. And especially with only your family and friends can see your stuff. You're not really telling the whole world. You're telling your friends list.
Right. But yeah, I tell her, I was like, girl, I've seen your journey and all these things, like through all the bullshit she was going through. She's just making these like momentous strides. And I was just like, you really are killing it. Like, I know you're in the middle of the situation right now, and it feels like shit. But I'm telling you, watching you from the outside, like, you are really doing it. Like, it's the best fucking action movie in the whole world right now. Like, you are killing it, and you don't even know it, but you're already an hour and 34 minutes in your movie.
It's always so much easier, right?
And it's going great. And now she's doing good. Like I said, she's with somebody else as far as I'm concerned. She's got everything she wants. She's not dealing with dumbass anymore. And life is pretty good. I mean,
sometimes you have to go through hell to get to heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, as far as everything's gone in my personal life lately, I can't help but feel like 2020 is going to be a dope year, especially with the starting of YouTube. The things I'm starting to learn. Cat. This dude, just chill, bro. He's just walking all over. We have this huge 12-foot long table here. He's got to walk on the 4-foot section we're using.
Yeah, we're like, just chill out, bro.
Drinks and glasses and all kinds of
so
stuff.
Much debris. We have debris. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, shout out to the people that don't give up. That's part of the problem. Too many people just stop. In fact, the cable person today, when he was hooking up the thing, a lady came in to do a little check, make sure they were doing everything right. She's talking to me, and she saw the setup, and she said, "Are you doing a podcast?" And I said, essentially, I said, "We're on YouTube." Told her the channel, blah blah blah. She said, "Yeah, her brother was trying to do one, but he just stopped."
No, never give up. Never. That is the biggest thing on YouTube. Problem. Is even if you're a good channel. I see channels now that started a year or 2 years ago, and they like got 30,000 subscribers, and I'm like, dude, your content's great, your editing's great, your ideas are great.
What's the problem?
Yeah, what's going on? Why don't you have 10 million viewers like the stupid PewDiePie?
So like, that's what I don't understand. What I don't want to put out ignorant content. I don't want to be dumb. That's why I don't want to make cat videos. Yeah, you see the cat right here. You get it. He's in the shot, but that's not what this is. I'm cleaning his eyeballs live. That's not what these things are. I don't want to make this stuff. I saw the lady put the stinking water bottles, cats versus water bottle maze, 1.3 million views in like a week or two. Like what? People don't want to be their mind. They don't want their minds expanded. They don't want to discuss and bring out the best in themselves. They'd rather just stare at somebody else's and just it's a cat that's walking back and forth between water bottles. That's worth millions of views. Like that's made your life better. I just don't understand. Shout out to the lady. You've hit it. I'm not hating on her. She's doing something right. I don't hate on it. I just hate on the fact that that's what we're getting to. Have you all seen WALL-E? We're going to turn into a bunch of lazy people just floating around in chairs, pooping on ourselves in VR, like just in the future, because nobody gives a crap anymore. And that's what we're shouting out to the people that care. That's the audience. Even if it is 30,000, we're going to find those 30,000 and we're going to feed that community. We don't care about the rest. You people can't handle it. You can't talk or you expand your mind or bring out something in your own self. You don't belong here. You belong on watching endless cat videos. Go do that. Go do challenges and I don't know what dumb people do.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, again, if you're not new here or maybe caught last episode, I definitely really all my media is taken in from YouTube. I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV shows.
This is true.
I really can't watch it on YouTube, then I pretty much don't watch it. And I don't really watch movies because my ADD will not allow me to sit down through anything that is not constantly, putting something into my brain. If for 2.5 seconds I get bored, it's over. I'm done.
Attention span of a hummingbird.
Yeah. And it's not just because my ADD. It's because when I get bored, I get tired. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just sitting there watching something I'm not interested in, I'm going to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. If I'm sitting there not doing something mentally,
stimulating, just trying to take you off the. Now I understand because I do come from the generation of America's Funniest Home Videos. I get watching people get hit in the nuts. Hilarious.
That's funny.
I get it, and I understand why those are getting millions of views. But I think again, some of these videos you're talking about with these 30,000 views and stuff like that have these amazing content and good editing and stuff. Why aren't they getting the same amount with entertaining? Video mind expanding stuff, Why are cats chasing bottles so much better than education? I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
Yeah,
we're
no, I get it, Tyler. I do the same thing. He's saying he watches TV and plays games at the same time. I do it too.
And I was actually going to say that was about the only time I put on like a silly video about something like that, like a meme compilation or something like that, is when I'm already doing something else. Mm-hmm. If I'm working on my computer, I may put on something silly for the background noise because, again, I don't want something interesting playing while I'm trying to focus on this because then I'm focusing on what's interesting. And maybe I'm doing work on the computer, and that's not really interesting, but you got to do it.
That's why I like playing background music usually because since the invention of the internet and I was able to do play music anytime, I would just always have music playing in my house. My dad did too, but that was growing up. Back when we had stereos, you had to play cassettes. And he even had 8-tracks, records, all that stuff. We play that throughout the house and do whatever. So, yeah, that natural background noise is...
One day when my mansion's not attached to anybody, I'm going to probably play music a lot myself, too.
Got a mobile mansion? Just back it up, Leroy. Take it away.
Hey, wouldn't that be the dopest mansion, though?
Right.
I like music, but I like to feel the music, so I like my music particularly bassy and particularly loud, which is not something you can do attached to people. So I got to get my own mansion somewhere else, not attached to somebody.
What was it, like 2 months when I lived here? I was watching the movie It, and I had my speaker, my subwoofer, and there's certain parts of that just does that with the bass, just boom, and it goes way into that deep. And it shook the whole apartment so much so that my landlord called and said, "Could you turn down the music?" I was like, I'm sorry, I'm actually not listening to music. That was a movie, but I get it, and I'll turn it down.
And actually, my brother-in-law just moved near me and got his own mansion attached to somebody. And
everybody knows getting mansions, man. This is awesome.
Weird. But anyways, so his mansion attached to the next person's mansion. The next person has a stereo.
Like a duplex mansion?
Yeah, it's a duplex mansion. So the next person, he has a stereo kind of like yours, and it does the bass very well. And he was watching movies, same scenario, like the gunshots and the explosions and stuff like that. Man, it literally sounded like some gnarly thunder next door.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the polite connected mansion thing and left a note on his door saying, "Hey, just want to let you know, it's a little loud.
Turn down your gunfire, sir."
Yeah, I mean, if you just turn the bass down, because overall you don't hear anything else from the mansion, just the thunder.
Yeah, that's the hard part about being the guy on the other side. All you hear is that boom, that rumble. And if I could at least hear music, maybe I could enjoy it with you. Turn the music up louder or turn the bass down. One of the two.
Yeah, you either make it to where everybody can enjoy it or keep it to yourself.
I used to, I think CJ, you might remember this back a few years back when I had I lived over across town.
The fourplex mansion.
With the upstairs, downstairs mansion. I'd take my TVs outside during football games. And we'd have the barbecue outside, and we'd put all the chairs outside, and we'd set up, and I had two TVs going with the same game on them, but one was always better than the other. It was one you could barely see because it was so dark. So we ended up watching the same one, but whatever. It was that's the kind of stuff I want to do. I really like to get a giant bed sheet, just throw it over these trees out here, and put a projector on it, because you can do that kind of crap on a white projector and watch movies and stuff. I love having parties. I love having people. I think that's where my son gets it. He loves parties.
Yeah, he's definitely social. It's funny you mentioned that. I went home real quick before the show, and somebody was parked in my darn parking spot. Darn mansion setups. But
I was thinking double parking mansion, whatever. I don't even know where to go now with it.
Anyways, so
hey, when mansions share parking lots, go ahead.
Yeah, all these mini mansions. But so somebody was in my particular spot. If you know anything about connected mansions, nobody has their own spot. But that's where I park my car every day. Everybody knows this. And there's lots of other parking for all the other mansions, and some of the mansions are occupied right now, so that's even extra parking. But the persons across the way, there's two people in particular, both always have a lot of company. So the spots get filled up really quickly. I get highly annoyed when my spot's taken, because a lot of the time I'm just running to the store real quick. I can't tell you how many times I make a 5-minute trip in a day. But to leave and then come back and now my spot's taken, I legitimately double park in front of the car because the other car is mine. I have two cars, so the other car parked next to me.
So you just right behind them?
Yeah, I just park right in front of both those cars. And unfortunately, for the person that parked in my spot the other day, I seen him come out, and I was going to go move my car. You know, it's just my polite protest. I don't, get angry at anybody or anything like that. I just put my car there. And I legit lost the keys for 2 minutes. I was like, I seen him, and I was like, oh, man, where'd I put the keys down? I was like, I wanted to be a dick, but not this much of a dick.
Yeah,
and
just a little
he came
bit.
and eventually he honked, very light honk. And I was like, I'm trying, man, I'm sorry. And then he knocked on my door, and I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I seen you out there. I'm trying to find my keys right now. My bad.
Okay, but, after he apologized for parking in your parking space, right?
No, never that.
Why would they do that? Sorry for doing that, bro, but you did park in my parking space.
Right? Get the point by me double parking in front of you, and I know some of their guests normally don't stick around long, so that's why I double park, because I'm sure they're going to move in 2.5 seconds. I just have to wait a little bit.
Right.
And in that particular situation, he had to wait extra because I lost my keys. And then same thing the next night, somebody else in my spot, and I double parked behind him, and I happened to be outside smoking when he came out but wasn't leaving. And he walks over to my car because it's dark out by the mansions, and walks over to my car.
It's hard living over
yonder, and he's just looking at my car and he says, "What the fuck?" Because I'm parked in front of him. I'm like, dude, you're in my. I didn't say anything, but I'm just sitting there observing him observe my car, being mad about my car being double parked in front of his car, even though he wasn't currently trying to leave at the time. It's like, yeah, dude, you're in my spot. And again, there was no other spots available. That's why I parked in front of them. But the people park in the grass all the time. People double park on the side of the parking lot where it's pretty open. And
if you're going to put 12 and 14 mansions all in a row like that, make enough parking for the guests.
Well, I agree. There should have been some more parking.
Parking design. No, I just mean they need a design.
But each mansion does get 2 to 3 spots, and not every place has 2 to 3 cars. Particularly on my side, I'm pretty sure only 3 of us out of 6 have 2 cars, and everybody else has 1 car. So that's like 5 extra spots.
So just be aware. People,
So
help your fellow man. Don't be a dick.
And I felt bad because the one neighbor I talked to tonight, somebody was in my spot, and there was plenty of other open spots, so I just pulled into another spot. No big deal. Usually only get a little upset when there's no other spots, and it's obvious the person does not live there. Go park in the grass, bro. But, I got out of my car, and they were like, sorry. And I was like, I just saw them a peace sign because I didn't really understood what they said at first. And then I realized they said sorry. And again, I was just in my house for 2 seconds because I was going to get something. And I came out, and I took time to go there and talk to them. And I was like, did you say sorry? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, man, it's cool. I was like, I'm like really not a dick, like, oh, that's my parking spot type deal. I was like, it's just upsetting when there's a lot of people over here that obviously don't live here, and I've got to park somewhere else now, over yonder.
I'm usually pretty aware whenever I pull up, like going to a friend's house for a gathering, and you be aware of what you're just doing, man.
And if you don't want your guests to have to walk, I mean, in my situation, I can only open up 2 spots, but I know if I'm having a few people over, I will go move my cars over yonder so some of my guests can park in my normal spot and take up my normal spot instead of somebody else's normal spot or taking up another spot over yonder. But, this courtesy, guys, courtesy. Again, they're not assigned. There's no assigned spots at the mini mansions. But
man, I want to show you guys this mansion. We got to get some more subscribers. We got to get some more thumbs up.
And actually, you might get to see the mansion here in a few months if Mr. Man here moves to another mansion.
Oh yeah, I might be changing locations. Well, I'm going to. I just need to. I'm on a waiting list for a new mansion.
Yeah, you can't just go and get another.
Yeah, I was approved for the mansion. I had to put a deposit down on the mansion. Y'all catching on to this yet? Have you you need to go back and watch some episodes. If you made it this far, we're almost an hour into episode 18.
Oh man, are we? Holy cow. Yeah, it's a joke, guys. We don't really have a mansion. If you can't tell by the aesthetics behind the man with the sheet.
Do you see my blinds?
It's not mansion.
Those are mansion blinds.
We don't have $20,000 windows with $50 blinds.
No.
I promise. So, yeah, it's a
I don't
joke.
know
And it's even funnier for us because we talked about it before the show ever started. And then we didn't really implement it, but then we called it a mansion anyways. And so there's this whole part of it that you really don't understand, but we're not going to tell.
There's a lot of reoccurring jokes. You got to catch up. You got to go back and rewatch the crap.
Episode 1.
3.
Episode 1 counts.
Well, I guess you can go to 1. I don't know. Episode 1.
It's an easy watch. It's only 19 minutes and like 40-some seconds long.
It's not easy to watch, but it's only 19 minutes. You ever watched a piece of fruit just lose its juice? That's episode 1. So I'm glad you guys made it. Thanks, Tyler, for being here.
There's a lot of YouTubers.
Thanks, CJ, for being here.
Every once in a while that will show like their original clips. I believe PewDiePie did one the other day. And then there was this other YouTuber I watched pretty consistently.
Thanks, Sheena, for being in and out.
Street Speed 717 showed some of his way back in the day video game review footage, and cringe factor.
Yeah,
but
see, you got to start somewhere though.
And we know our current videos are total cringe factor too. When we upgrade here in the next 3 to 4 months, and stuff like that, and start going crazy and making higher production stuff. And man, we don't even know what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things in the works. A lot of them are just concepts right now, but we're getting there, guys. Thank you for watching, Tyler. We just love the fact that you are sticking out, dude. You're just well appreciated.
We're gonna hook you up one day, Tyler.
You're gonna get like the first swag we ever come up with.
Like anything that happens big first.
Have you seen Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny? You know the pizza guy, Tyler. You're the pizza guy. That's you. If you don't understand, go watch the movie. CJ, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate you, dude.
We appreciate everybody.
Gina, I know you're there somewhere. I know you're probably having internet problems. We understand. We've been there. We've been doing the dang thing for a while now. 18 episodes. That's 2 a week. That's 9 weeks. Well, we've been going 10 weeks because we missed last week because of the holiday. But again,
we probably missed like the New Year's time.
Christmas is on a Wednesday. I was trying to leave town just for some stuff, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But anyway, we love you guys. Thank you, community, for being here. Thank you for people. If you come back later on and click and made it somehow through an hour of this crap, you're fantastic. Subscribe, tell your friends. If you guys see those links, send those links to your friends. Put them up on if you don't mind. Put it out there. We'll build this stuff. Everybody involved in our early shows are going to be a part of our future endeavors. So we really thank you guys for being here. We will be here again next weekend, next Friday night live. Hopefully Tuesday will be back with us. He was not here on Friday. He was not feeling well, but we love you guys a lot and we appreciate it. So again, thumbs up, like it, subscribe, tell your friends, your family, your dog, your wall. I don't give a crap. We love it. Thank you guys. And the only you need to be is you.
And do not forget to live it fully every day.
Love you guys. See you guys next week.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. every week live.